And I think we forged a good relationship at this point with him. He's come out of the Camp Out for Hunger. He's performed in our studio here. Please welcome back Mr. John Waite.
Yeah!
Good morning, John.
Thank you. How you doing?
We're doing great and happy to have you back again.
God bless you. Nice to be back.
And you're playing a show tonight at the Sellersville Theater.
Yeah.
Am I correct that you guys are going to be recording this show?
Yeah, we started to make a live album a couple of months ago in South Philly at Philly Sound. Mm-hmm. Is that South Philly?
At the heart of Philadelphia. Yep.
Yeah, and Jackie sort of emceed it, and we've got like half of it done. So we're trying to get some more tracks to put with it to make it like a 20-song live CD.
Nice. Well, I was telling you, there's always a good reaction when people learn you're coming back into town.
We love Philly.
You've got that loyal fan base.
Well, yeah, but I mean, our bass player Tim Hogan, he's from Philly.
There you go.
So he knows everybody.
That's right. He just calls up his friends.
Well, yeah, you know, we hit all these restaurants and clubs and stuff that he knows, and it's just like we kind of.
It works for you, Philly.
It works for me. Yeah, I like it. It's a great town. We spent a lot of time in Old Town. You know, like walking around these like great Irish bars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it only lasts for about 3 or 4 hours.
When you were touring, I mean, I know it's a standard thing I used to do when I did stand up in your show, but it's great to be here in. Is there a place that is just you just can't even bring yourself to say it's great to be here?
No, it's always good. I mean, sometimes I got it wrong last year. I thought I was in Connecticut and I was in New York State. Oh. That was kind of like going down in flames. But it was like 7 in the morning, you know.
Oh yeah,
yeah. How you doing out there?
Have you ever, in all your years of touring and playing shows, have you ever said the wrong city name on stage?
I think with the Babies, I did it once.
It's had to have happened to everybody.
Well, we were just like, you know, crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of allowed, you know, when you're like 23 in your outfit. You know?
Right, yeah.
How you doing out there?
Hey, speaking of recording live albums, and I'm not sure, and maybe each group or performer has their own way of going about it, but I had always thought that, you know, when a band goes on a big tour, I had always assumed that they would record most of their performances and then come back at the end of the tour and maybe listen to it and go, okay, this is a really good version of that track. We should put it on a live record. Or do you specifically say, we're going to record this show tonight, and this is going to be our live record?
Well, the thing with Philly Sound was that it was like a stable environment. It was like a recording studio that's like a gig. Mm-hmm. So we thought, and everybody knew those people, Drew, down there. So we thought we'd just go and knock that out. And it was good because it was the same sound both nights.
Do you, as a singer, I know you want to put on the best show you can every single night, but if you're recording, do you kind of think, all right, I really got to hit it tonight?
Yeah, but you know, you can try too hard. I think you can get so self-conscious. The gigs that are the best gigs, it's like you get no sound check and somebody just throws you on stage and you just start playing.
It's usually because you don't have time to get too preoccupied with it.
I've done some major gigs that were like the best I ever did, just being thrown in the deep end.
What was the biggest when you walked out on stage? What was the time you just said, "Whoa"? I mean, from where you were standing on stage looking out, it just blew you away.
Well, probably Tangerine Bowl. We did that somewhere in the late 80s, I think. But it was like just like 25,000 or maybe more, 50,000. It was just, we've done a few of those where you go out there and it's almost like going to the movies. You know, it's not like you have an out-of-body experience as you're performing. And it's a whole different thing. We play, like these gigs we're trying to record are smaller gigs because that's, you know, Keith Richards said that rock and roll should be played to 200 people. That's where rock and roll really exists. And you get that rapport with the audience and the sound and everything's really humming along. But when you're playing to that many people, it's a broader gesture.
Right.
It's a bigger thing. And and you lose some of the intimacy. And although it's tremendously exciting, you know, it's a different ball game altogether.
There's a scant few who can take that personal thing and project, like I think Bono pulls that off.
Oh yeah. A lot of people can do it. It's just a rarefied atmosphere. It isn't just like what you expect. Anything could go wrong, and it isn't like you can flick a switch and put it right. You've got to really be on top of your game, and you've got to really stay fully in the moment. You can't just groove. It's like a lot of things are going on.
That's what it's. I think of those terrifying. We've talked about them many times. The classic swallowing a bug, or going out and being or being in, you know, having bowel issues or whatever.
Both.
Yeah, that's a bad show, right?
Yeah, well, it's a mess. You know.
Yeah. You swallow a June bug and take a dump in your pants. Yeah.
John, have you ever gotten to perform with somebody you idolize, somebody who's just?
Oh well, yeah, I played with Steve Marriott once in a club in New York City.
Yeah,
and we got up and he come along to meet me because we had some mutual friends. And we got up on stage and played. Incidentally, it's his birthday today. Steve Marriott's birthday.
Cool.
I stay at his hotels. I love them.
No.
Oh, come on. But Pete Townsend, I got a jam with Pete.
Wow.
Once in the same club. But I've met a lot of people and played with a lot of people that I really thought were brilliant. You know, there's a lot of brilliant people.
Who did you perform with who ahead of time you thought was brilliant and found out they weren't when you performed?
No, I'm not going there.
He said, no.
I'm just not doing
Those
that.
Milli Vanilli boys seem talented.
Especially Millie.
They seem really good.
John, you've been throughout your career, you've had success as a solo artist, you've had a success as a man who fronts a band. Is one more fun than the other or more satisfying than the other?
I think the solo stuff is just more. There's more commitment in it because there's more to lose. When you're in a band, you're in a small gang of people, and you have each other to back up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the Stones, whatever. One guy can have kind of an off night, and you carry him.
Right.
With it just being a seamless thing. When you're solo, people are looking straight at you.
Right.
And you can't. I mean, you never make an excuse. You always go for gold. You know, that's what it's about. That's what separates the men from the boys. But I mean, great bands usually have a great front man. But when you're solo, it's like something you've really, again, you got to be on your game.
Yeah. Was Bad English a good experience for you?
Well, it was a mixture. I mean, I thought it was like anything that's a compromise is like, you know, it's a pain in the ass. Really. You get in halfway to something brilliant, and somebody says, "No, I want to do it like this," and. Especially after being solo, it's just difficult to compromise like that.
I mean, not to throw anybody under the bus. Neil Sean is one of the all-time great guitarists. I have heard he's difficult to maybe collaborate with. No, okay.
No, he's a great guy.
Okay,
I mean, he's really a great guy. I like Neil a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, I really love the bastard. I do. You know, he's a nice son of a bitch. No, really, I've always had a great time with Neil. He's a really, really great guitar player.
He is one of my top.
I always
favorites.
thought he should be in a different band. You know, like if he was in a more hard rock band, he'd be like something.
As a friend of mine who's a really good guitarist said, he's the right amount of shred and the right amount of tasty. I mean, he does both at the same time, which is kind of tough.
Shresty.
Shresty. Yeah, it's very shresty.
That Neil Sean, he's
like Rice Checks.
Yeah, he's like that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
You know, it's funny, Preston, because and it's for many years of my life. We've had artists in here that have affected people a different way, but you have a lot of your music, with Bad English, with the Babies, and your solo stuff has been a part of a soundtrack. Sure. We talk about it, you know? So when I hear different songs, they're very, they transport me. When you hear your own songs, do they do the same for you?
I think about the same person the song's about, or a street corner in New York City, or some country lane in England, or, what the song was written about, I could be singing to 10,000 people, but inside my head...
You immediately go there?
Yeah. It's that girl from 1985, or it's that situation, you're on the road and you wrote the song about it. But you are going to the movies outside and inside.
Wow.
It's a simultaneous, wild experience. To be on stage and singing and the band's kicking really well, that's something next to a religious experience. It's just about as good as life gets.
That's cool.
I have a question about Missing You, which obviously was a huge #1 record, gigantic for you, took you to another level.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that is, Steve, you mentioned about soundtrack of your life, and that would have been a mixtape song for sure.
Oh God, yeah.
But is that technically a love song, or is it not? Because to give you an example, like the Police, Every Breath You Take, is really kind of a creepy tune.
Yeah,
he's a stalker.
That's angry.
But it was revered as a love song, and people use it at their weddings. And I would imagine Missing You. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow, I hadn't thought of that. I always thought that was kind of like, one of these days I'm gonna
cut your throat.
Yeah. But Missing You is about denial. It's about the other side of the coin. It's like when it's really gone all to hell, and you're sort of left. It's like when you shut the door in a room and you're just you in the room. Yeah. It's like when the story's done and what happens after. It's like there's life going on. So it's about denial. So it's about profound experience, but something. I think if you love somebody, you always love them. You don't really forget them.
Yeah.
They're always with you.
That's what OJ said.
Oh, wow. Do you know the bass player's wife? He just sat she just on the way out, he just came to see him last couple of days, and Tim Hogan. And she sat next to Kato Kalin on the plane.
The Kato Kalin.
Yeah, and he's like, it's like, hey, Yeah. Yo, whoa.
Really?
He's kind of a guy, yeah. He's an interesting cat. Yeah.
He's a tool, right?
I believe it.
Well, you said that.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of interesting people, we have Jackie Bambam.
He's interesting.
Wouldn't he be interesting? I have to ask this because sometimes he'll come in the morning. He does the overnight shift, and then we come in the morning. Casey's the first one to see him, and Jackie spends a lot of time. And I want to know if Jackie's ever done this to you. Come over here, Casey. All right. Because sometimes I'll come in and I'll see Jackie talking to Casey, and he'll actually put his head. Casey, I can't believe this happened last night. And he'll lean on Casey and put his chin on his shoulder. Has he gotten that close to you yet?
Yeah, we do.
We just do this
Ronnie Wood thing.
This is Ronnie Wood.
That's what we do. We have our own thing.
They were rubbing noses with each other.
But look at this nose. Look at this nose.
I know.
Jesus, like a can opener.
We did an event at a club the other night. Jackie jumps up on stage, and as I'm watching it, he looks like Jack Skellington before A Nightmare Before Christmas. He's flailing around and everything, but there's nobody like him.
No, he's like Keith Richards and Johnny Thunders and me and God knows.
Johnny Thunders, wow.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
It's a school of rock.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah,
it is funny because I got in the elevator and as I was coming up, I looked into the little eatery that we have downstairs, Manja, and John's sitting there. And John, you're a good-looking guy, relatively normal, but it's John and then Jackie sitting across the room, and then Tim and a couple of other guys, and these people from Philadelphia Insurance walk into to Manja as well. And they're like, "What the hell did we just walk into?"
We had Dracula here. Man.
I did.
That was a treat.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that.
And exotic dancers as well.
Yeah.
Who were here this morning.
Let me tell you.
Man. All right. Well, listen, John. Can we get a song from you?
We can.
Let's do
on
that.
the guitar, we have Kerry Kelly.
Excellent.
And
And
just one of the best guitar players around.
Jackie was saying a veteran to the world of rock and roll. Played with people like Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper for ages and ages, but he's a solid player, and we're gonna try and find him. I think he's hiding in the bathroom.
Yeah, he ran out. He was clutching his butt. No.
Yeah.
He should be.
Yeah.
He's right.
Well, you know what? Should we take a break?
Let's
and
do that.
We'll let John get set up, and we'll come back and we'll get some music. All right, John Waite is here, gang.
Hey, Steve from the Preston and Steve Show, and we'd like to thank Jack Frost Mountain for sponsoring today's podcast. And we want to remind you that our 8th annual Cardboard Classic is Friday, March 1st at Jack Frost, presented by Coors Light. WMMR VIPs can grab a lift ticket for just $9.33 to ski or ride that day by clicking on the Cardboard Classic link at WMMR.com. Or you can build a sled and compete for prizes. Directions and conditions are at JFBB.com.
There's a show tonight at the Sellersville Theater, and it will be John Waite performing live. And John in our studio right now, guitarist Kerry Kelly about to accompany him. We're going to play some music here. But John, are you doing select dates right now? Is this a full-on nationwide tour?
No, it's like we're just doing a short East Coast run. We're doing like 6 gigs.
Okay, and then back to, you live in California, right?
I'm afraid. Yeah, I live in Santa Monica.
Nice.
Santa Monica's nice. Yeah,
it's nice. It's England. It's got 2 pubs and a tea room, and you can buy baked beans. And there's a lot of English people in Santa Monica.
There you go.
Really? Yeah, it's like being home, but without the rain.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, tonight at the Sellersville Theater, John is going to be recording, so it's going to be for a live album.
We are indeed.
And any projected date when you might get this out?
We're looking for the spring.
Okay.
And as soon as it's done, we got 2 more days to record, and hopefully we'll have the whole thing by then.
Cool. Well, what song can we hear from you now?
If you're Irish, come into the parlour. Thank you.
If you're Irish, come into the parlour?
Oh, yeah. It's just an Irish folk song. Never mind. No, I have no idea.
I would have listened to
man.
that. Yeah, I would like that.
It's so early.
Yeah.
And as for a singer, it's a little bit more difficult than everybody else in the band.
Yeah, watch this.
All right, let's do it.
Get out of it.
It's been thrown down.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, the first time that I saw you, you were down and out, and I had my doubts about you. But baby, since I come to know you, I ain't got no doubts what it's about. Me and baby, we're going out tonight. She's gonna treat me right. Ooh, yeah. Me and Sugar, we've got it all sewn up. Baby fills my loving cup. We're going head first, yeah. you got, yeah. Me and baby, we're going out tonight. She's gonna treat me right. Ooh, yeah. Me and Sugar, we've got it all sewn up. Baby fills my loving cup. We're going head first, yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, people.
Very nice.
You've still
9 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, and still can hit those notes.
Yes.
You've still, as a singer, you know, I would imagine that's one of the things you got to watch out as anybody ages, you know, like an athlete
I'm only
would.
34.
I know you're only 34.
That's amazing.
But someday you'll be 40, John. No, but losing a little bit of your register would be. I mean, that's.
Oh well, I think if I have to change the keys, I'd just call it. I think it's like
really.
Yeah, that's God's kind of way of telling you to go home.
Wow.
Why?
That's
No,
interesting.
because there's some that do, and that they'll change the key, and it sounds off. But and I think it's cool that you want to keep it as the original. But I mean, you don't seem to be in any danger of that happening.
Well, you never know. I think it happens pretty quickly when you. I don't know. I have no idea. I've always been lucky like that. I quit smoking. It made a huge difference.
Not necessarily. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
About 5 months ago.
I don't think necessarily changing the key for me as a music fan and as a listener. I just understand that will happen with some people. But what I don't like is when the singer may turn the microphone to the crowd and have them sing the chorus of a song.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, wow, you
well,
really...
it beats singing to a tape, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Right.
You know, here's a song for you. That's an inside joke. That's just, I don't know.
Well,
I'm full of it. You know.
Yeah, that's it.
Hello.
Let me ask you: are there some songs that you can't? I mean, time. Is that something that you can?
Oh, it's easy.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, and the real tough one would be Every Time I Think of You, but that's great to sing it because you just like.
Yeah, you really get up there.
I mean, that's a wailing.
Yeah, but it's all blues. You know, it isn't like it's opera. It's blues singing, really.
Yeah.
It's just easy because it's blues.
Hey, who was the female voice on some of those songs back in the day?
Well, we had the Babettes. We had
a full backup group.
It was like a wall of sound.
African American babes that were singing in a church.
Okay,
we got them out and we had them.
And you
sing.
corrupted them, didn't you?
Well, there's one of them that was very rock and roll.
Okay,
that was like she was really kind of a fine. And the other two were a bit more like housewives that sort of like, they have kids and they were just like they were great singers. The one on the end was like a ball of fire. She was like, something else.
So you would tour with them? Because it's such a distinct sound that they
I introduced them on stage as the Blue Nuns one night, and they went to the airport immediately. We had to go and get them and bring them back.
The Blue Nuns.
The Blue Nuns, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. They
so
didn't.
If obviously, if you go out to see John Waite, you're going to hear solo stuff. You're going to hear some of the Babies and some Bad English as well, I would imagine.
Yeah.
You mix it up a little bit.
We do.
Is there anything you want to hear?
Yeah. Can I request?
You can request anything you like as long as we know it.
I'd like to hear a little bit of Change, which is probably my favorite song.
Love
from,
that song.
If that's cool. Yeah. Gary, you cool with that?
Interesting choice, my friend.
Listen to that like virtually every week. I listen to that song.
Really?
Yeah, I kid you not. It's a great song. I love the video to it too.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, John Waite. Here we go.
People talking, and they're saying that you're leaving. Yeah. You're so unhappy, baby, with the way that you've been living. Yeah. We always wish for money. We always wish for fame. We think we've got the answers. Some things ain't ever gonna change. Yeah. It doesn't matter who you are. It's all the same. Yeah. What's in your heart will never change. Look in the mirror and see how you've been taken. You're looking back now. I know your heart is breaking, yeah. We always wish for money. We always wish for fame. We think we've got the answers. Some things ain't ever gonna change.
love that song. That is awesome.
Dig it.
And where's Jackie? Where'd Jackie go?
Right over here.
Jackie, you're doing some TV later on, right?
Yeah.
Where are we doing it?
We're going to.
You guys are both appearing on The Bachelor.
We're on Talk Philly with Yuki Washington, Channel 3, I believe, straight up at noon. We're sound checking at 11, I guess.
Yeah, we're going to do a live TV thing. Jackie's going to play with us.
Cool.
And by the way, Yuki is related to Denzel. So
my favorite actor.
There you go.
Tremendous.
Excellent. Ask
Boy,
Yuki
he's tremendous.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take your bongos over there.
You can borrow my bongos if you want.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Tambourines.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Bongos.
So we will check that out later on today around noon on CBS 3. But the show is tonight, by the way. Get the tickets. Be a part of it.